I grew up in Poughkeepsie, New York in a 3-family red brick home that was located directly across the street from a jail. I lived on the first floor with both of my parents, my younger brother and my younger sister. And what made that even cooler was the fact that on the second floor lived my grandmother and on the third floor lived one of my uncles. So we would always have a lot of family at the house, which was really cool because we were all very close. And for me, those were the best of times. But at the same time, they were also the worst of times, because during school, I was so quiet and so shy that the other kids questioned whether or not I could actually talk or not. So I was always being picked on and made fun of, which lowered my confidence and just destroyed my self-esteem. And because of this, I actually hated to talk in school because I was so afraid of being laughed at for saying the wrong thing. But I was smart, and there were many times that I remember knowing the answers to many of the questions that the teachers would ask in class. But I would just never, ever raise my hand because I just did not want to be called a nerd. And I did not know how to deal with it back then. So I would dumb down and look for ways to be invisible. But I did manage to graduate, but I didn't go off to college because I had absolutely no plan for my future. You see, my big goal back then was to just be liked by everybody. And I also believed that I had absolutely no control over my life and that the deck was already stacked. But thank God for my mom, because one day we had a pivotal conversation that literally changed my life. It helped me realize that I was 100% responsible for my life and that I was the only person in it who actually had the power to change it. So I made a decision right then and there to change everything and to change everything as quickly as possible. And I ended up getting a job as a part-time seafood clerk in a supermarket, and I am very blessed to be able, and I was very blessed to be able to accelerate my career to the position of store manager, running one of the top 5 stores in the entire chain out of approximately 120 stores, doing just under $1 million a week in revenue, and developing a reputation of taking low performing stores and turning them into high performing stores on a consistent basis, all without a college degree. And I don't say that to impress you. I say that to impress upon you what's possible when you take the strategies that you're going to be learning here today and putting them into action as quickly as possible. Now, being in the position of a store manager, I was able to see so many other people who were struggling to get where they wanted to go, just like I did. And since I had broken through, I wanted to help those people by sharing with them what I had learned about leadership and performance. And I did. In fact, that was my favorite part of my job. But the problem that I just kept running into was the fact that I was only one person and I could only help so many people. But as time went on, I started to realize that this was a much bigger problem than I originally thought that it was. Because not only did I see it in every single store that I managed, I saw it within all the other stores within that same organization. And then in so many other companies. And then in different school districts. And then even in people's homes, including my own. And every single time I would see it, every single time I would hear it, I would just feel horrible inside, because I knew deep down in my heart that all of those people were doing the best that they could with all that they think that they had. Now, folks, the reason I say that is because I believe that each and every one of us in this world already has everything that we need inside of us already in order to succeed. But the problem that most of us have is that we just don't know how to tap into that power, because we just don't know what we don't know. And one day out of the blue, I got so frustrated by everything that I was seeing and hearing that I just said, enough is enough. And it hit me. And I felt this little tingle in my heart, right here in the center of my chest. And every single time I would have that feeling, I just knew that something great was about to happen. Now, I didn't know what was going to happen, but not too long after that, it did. I came to the realization that I could actually do something about this. And I made it my mission to inspire, motivate, and empower people to amplify their performance and reach their full potential no matter where they are or what they do to create more leaders in the world. So I took everything that I did, everything that I learned to reach those results, and I turned it into the show up, step out and shine system so that people just like you could use it to get the results that you're looking for in any area of your life faster and easier than I did. So that's where we're going.